So.
Team-wide, what was your biggest takeaway from week one?
We got a pretty good defense. They held us the whole game, and we got a tight-knit team, in my opinion. The offense stuttered in the first half. Everybody saw it, but the way our defense kept responding every time they had to go out there on the field and get a big stop, they did it. So, we're going to lean on each other this whole season. Nobody wants to start out the season like we did on offense, but we're going to learn from it. And like I said, man, our defense had our back, and, we're going to continue to lean on each other throughout the whole season.
How can you tell it's a tight-knit team?
Nobody was getting flustered on the sideline when after the pick or after the two safeties. The defense just said, all right, we know what we got to do, and then they went out there and got a stop.
What does that do for you guys, confidence-wise, when, okay, we're not going great on offense, but the defense keeps getting our back? What does that do for you?
It just builds confidence and continuity for down the road. Like I said, man, we started out week one like that. So, we found out a lot about who we are as a team in week one, but just hopefully we can build on that and, not take any steps back from it.
Both Tyler and Mike talked about your role on that last play that Tyler caught the third down to kind of seal the game. Just what's sort of the key to what you have to do on that play?
Oh, I ain't do nothing. You seen Gino threw a perfect ball and Tyler caught it with one hand. Tyler's always going to show up in the big-time moments or whenever you need a first down or a big play. He's the one that got our touchdown or field goal drive started. So, you can always lean on Locke in those situations because, he's a vet in the league and has been making plays since he, first stepped foot on the football field.
What did that show you about Lockett? He missed a lot of time in camp and didn't play in the preseason. Then to go out and have the game he had,
I just call it the greatest athlete on planet Earth because he didn't have to do anything, but still showed up and was rounding people up, catching crazy catches throughout the whole game. But that just speaks to his work ethic, off the field. Studied his butt off. He was here for treatment every morning. So just speaks to the kind of person he is, always team first, and is going to do whatever it takes so he's on the field, so he can make those type of plays.
It's easy to look at a coach and say that he's got a defensive background, right? You've got two of those coaches this week. Can you tell when you're in the game, or do we tend to make too much of that kind of as you look at matchups and previews?
Yeah, y'all definitely look at that stuff way too much.
So you can't tell if you're going up against a defensive-minded coach versus anything else.
No, because both teams are trying to win. The offense trying to score as many points, and then the defense trying to stop you. So, this football at the end of the day. Take the scheme out of it. It's X's and O's. Everybody tries to score, and the defense tries to stop you. But I think this week is going to be, who's going to play for 4 quarters with minimal to no mistakes.
DK, I'm sure you like catching the ball the most, but do you enjoy turning the tables and getting to get your hands on the defensive player to block some of the run plays for Ken?
Yes, sir. Mainly because if it's a run to the right, he may end up on the left. So you never know where Ken is going to end up or, what hole he's going to choose. But like I said, man, you saw how great of a back he was Sunday because we leaned on him a lot. Congratulations to, his first of many, 100-yard games of the season. But, they still haven't seen Zach Charbonnet yet, Kenny McIntosh. So I think we got a stable of backs who, have that same effect that Ken has.
Gardner had a nice block on that touchdown run by Ken. What have you seen from him in that regard?
Just his attention to detail. He's always asking questions, very curious about, how he can get better. He has a great, leader in Noah and Farrell in the room with him. So he just leans on them for guidance, and, he's going to come into his own later on during the season.
It looked like they just put Surtain on you the whole game. What did you think of that matchup and how that went?
Yes, sir. It's always good to just go against one DB for the whole game because, you get to study each other. But, Pat Surtain is one of the best corners in this league. As y'all have seen, it was a good matchup. He's a, smart, very patient corner. But, just glad to get to go up against one guy and not have to switch techniques against multiple corners during the whole game. But it was a good matchup.
Probably see a lot of Christian Gonzalez this week based on what they did with him last week. What have you seen at his game when you studied him?
He's a very physical corner in press coverage, and when he's off coverage, tries to keep everything in front of him. I think this is just his 5th game in the NFL, so we're going to see how he holds up for 4 quarters, but he's a very good young player.
Your Bel Air cameo, how did that happen? How did that come about?
How did that happen? Oh, I was at a production studio called Empire, Hidden Empire down in L.A., and he had a connection to one of the producers of the show, and he was at a table read that I was at. I mean, he saw what I did at the table read and asked me if I wanted to be in the show, and I couldn't say no. So it was just a great opportunity. Just appreciate Deion Taylor for coordinating all of that for me, but it was just a good experience for me.
Is a table read for another project?
Yes. Yeah. Man, you want to know too much. No, it ain't out. No, not yet, not yet.
Mike and a lot of your teammates were raving about the pick Reek made, just the way he came across the field. I'm guessing maybe as someone who goes against him in practice, that surprised you less than most people that he can pull that off?
Yeah, I mean, I think Reek and Spoon are going to have 2 great years this year just from going against them in OTAs and training camp. I think they're 2 of the best corners in the league, especially that I get to go against them every day at practice. Iron sharpens iron. I mean, they're going to make me a better player throughout the whole season. But, no, it does not surprise me that Reek is making those type of plays, on the defensive end.
Did you like how your men's health coverage turned out?
Yes, sir, but I'm kind of low-key off social media right now, so I haven't been able to, tap into all of it, but I heard it turned out great. My mama told me it looked good, so that was good.
Social media right now.
Right.
You and Woolen go against each other a lot. If you guys switch sides, who would win the rep?
You said what?
If you and Reek switch sides, you play defense, he played offense, who would win the rep?
I tell Reek all the time I can cover him if he was a receiver. He played receiver in college, so he got a good receiver background to him.
What defensive position did you play in high school?
Corner and safety. I wasn't this big, though. I was not this big.
It was your first time after doing like a post-game meeting with Mike after a regular season game. What was that like as compared to maybe years past?
Okay. I think they pretty much did it the same. They both debrief us, give us their opinions, let the coordinators talk, and then we break off into position meetings, and that's where we really get the details of ironing out, what we could have did better, what we did good. But it was pretty much standard procedure, is the following years.
How was Grubb maybe when you guys did an offensive debrief for the game?
He was very honest with us, and in my opinion, I thought we all needed it. We just got to block better as an offense and just eliminate the stupid penalties where we kill drives on our own and not the defense doing anything to hurt us. But at the end of the day, it's all in our hands, and we're the only team or only people that can stop ourselves.
How do you like Monday off, Tuesday in schedule?
I'm just here to, so I won't get fined, as Marshawn said. I ain't got a comment on that one.
How excited is this offense to show a little bit more? I know second half broke out, but some of the explosiveness, does it feel like you guys had a little bit you held back because of some of those mistakes?
I don't think it was us being held back. The run game was working. Ken was churning, and we just kept going back to the well, and he just kept producing for us, and we didn't have to throw the ball in a sense. So when we need to throw the ball and need explosives down the field, I think Grubb will dial it up for us. But if running the ball is what we need to win games, then why not?
What steered you off social media for the time being?
You said what?
What steered you away from social media for the time being?
Just a different perspective. Just being off of it, seeing how long I can go without it, and 1 week turned into a couple months, and look back at it, really don't need to be on it.
You like it then?
Yeah, simple life, don't have to worry about anything.
When did you, after last season or something, or when did you?
It was October of last season.